then we'll take a look at these examples and see how they work with those 7 steps. All right? These are all multiple bonds that we're dealing with. Is it SC or S?
SC.
Okay. So we do the dot notation. Dot notation, step 1, step 2, count, 4, 5, 6. 6 is 12. Next step, 4, 6, hydrogen's never in the middle, for 4 is in the middle, SI. Then order around, really doesn't matter how you put those in any sequence, it doesn't matter. Then we go ahead, that would be step 3. Step 4, do your single bonds to begin with. Have that done. Step 5 would be putting around your branched. Nope, we don't want to do there. Nope, we don't want to do there. Okay? So we've got that done, and now we have a total of 12 electrons, right? So we're done. We can't put anything off the center. And now we look, the center doesn't have 8. It has to borrow an extra pair. Can't do it from hydrogen, your only choice is selenium. So a lot of times there's an obvious atom it's going to share from. Very obvious that selenium's the only one who can share. Okay? Sometimes it's not so obvious. You just have to make sure. But in this one it's definitely obvious which one you need to do. So we're going to go ahead and erase a pair. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in between. So then we have our 2 pairs of electrons, and then when we rewrite it, it's Si, double bond Se, bond H, bond H. So those would be the 2 ways in which you would write those equations. Now I'm going through this pretty slow. I know most of you did pretty decent on this, but I want to make sure we're going through that.
I got stuff for all.
All right, I do too. We were thinking alike this morning. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Good grief.
Christmas starts after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Next one. The next one we have is CH2O. So C, H,
H2O.
Is this like carbonated water?
good one. No. Carbonated water would be CO2. But it's close. It's got carbon. Okay. All right. So C goes in the middle. It has 4 versus 6. The 4 one will go in the middle. C, O, H.
Wait, how is CO2 carbonated water? CO2 in the water.
No. Let's get off of carbonated water.
That's
Okay.
a solution. That's not a compound.
Right.
That's a solution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So 6, 7, 8, and that's 12 electrons. We don't want to skip our steps. Even numbers good. We do our pairs of electrons. That takes 6 away. Okay, we're on step number 5. We go ahead and do our branched atom. Hydrogen we don't do. 12 electrons, we're done. Again, the obvious choice is oxygen. We take 1 away and put it in between. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Make sure we take and erase a pair and then put it in between. So C, double bond O, bond H, bond H. Right? The last two, I'm going to quicken things up a little bit. I'm not going to show the dot notations. So this step would maybe quicken it up a little bit, where you don't have to do all of the dot notations for what we're going to do. And so the next one is PHS. And up above, I'm going to write how many dots I have by counting across. Phosphorus has 5. Hydrogen has 1. Sulfur has 6. Total of 12 electrons. So I don't show the dots. Just how I get the dots, I count across, I get my numbers. That way I don't have to draw them out. Next thing I do, I realize this is the lowest number. So P goes in the middle, and S, and H. We do our pairs of electrons. That takes 4 away, we're left with 8. Then we put 6 around sulfur. We're left with 2. Step 6 says anything left over goes off the center. Step 7, everything has to have 8. It doesn't. Obvious choice is sulfur. So that's what we do. So we take from sulfur and we put in between. And we have P, double bond S, bond H. We show that pair. Yes?
Do you have to do like the, where you put the dots around it, or can you just go straight to like the double bond?
Well, here's the deal. On a test, you'll have to show both. So you'll have to show both methods. So yes, you're going to have to do that. Because it's worth some points, and it's a pretty easy points to get. And you don't want to skip, and all you're doing is transcribing this into something that's a little bit easier to kind of see what's going on. Okay, and then the last one, I believe, is, what is the format for the last one?
CBRP.
CBRP?
Yeah.
4, 7, 5.
Bless you.
That's 16 electrons. C's in the middle, P and Br. Pairs of electrons. So we have 12 left over. Bring our 12 in. And when we get done surrounding the branched atoms, we have a total of 12. This one's not as obvious which one we pull from. There'll be students that want to pull from bromine because they don't know the rules. Bromine's group 17, it can only form single bonds. Phosphorus is in group 15. Okay, so it can form a triple bond, and that's what happens. So we get our first triple bond. So we go ahead and erase 2 of these. And when we do, we place the other ones in the center. We get a triple bond. And that's it. Okay, any questions? Yes, Adam. That's pretty cool,
So, like,
isn't it?
It's a big flakes coming down.
Yeah. We should take a recess.
When it says that it has like two, like on group 16 it says like 2 single or double.
Yeah.
I mean it can only have like what is that?
It can have 2 singles at one time, or it can have just 1 double.
What degree was it?
So that group can form 2 single bonds, or if it doesn't hook together with 2 single bonds, it can form 1 double.
So that's like, so the C to P is like, that's 1 triple bond.
That's a triple
So it's
bond.
not 3 singles.
No, it's a triple
So
bond.
what would 3 singles look like?
3 singles would be, this would be a single, this would be a single, that would be a single.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Get a Dominic. What we did I don't recall because there's things coming later. I don't think so. Okay. All right. Tomorrow we'll deal with shapes.